This is Michael from StudySimple.org, and in our last video we discussed how to take the derivative using the product rule. Well, you won't always have two things multiplied by each other. Sometimes you might have a quotient. So today we're going to show you what's called the quotient rule. Okay? So essentially the quotient rule happens when you've got some function over what you can call another function. And the way you do it is you take the derivative of the first function, you multiply it by the function in the denominator, and then you subtract the quantity of the derivative of the function in the denominator times the original function in the numerator, all over the function in the denominator squared. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to work this problem here, t squared plus 4 over 5t minus 3. We're going to call our numerator here f, and we'll call our denominator g. Alright, so first we see we need an f prime g, so we're going to go ahead and take the derivative of what we have in the numerator here. So the derivative of t squared plus 4, we're just going to bring down the 2 in front of the t and reduce the power, so that's going to give us 2t. Now we got to multiply it by g, which is our function in the denominator, so we're going to multiply it by 5t minus 3, minus, now we have g prime, so we need to take the derivative of our g function here. So the derivative of 5t minus 3 is just going to be 5, and we multiply it by our function f. So multiplied by t squared plus 4. And all that is going to be over 5t minus 3 squared. So when you multiply this out, it's going to be 10t squared minus 6t minus 5t squared minus 20 all over 5t minus 3 squared. And this is going to clean up to give you 5t squared minus 6t minus 20 all over 5t minus 3 squared. Okay? So we're going to try another problem using the same method of the quotient rule. This time we're going to do the problem sine x over e to the x. Again, we're going to call our numerator f, and we're going to call our denominator g. Okay? So again, first we need our f prime. So we take the derivative of our f function here. The derivative of sine of x, we all know, is just cosine of x. Okay? We have to multiply that by our function g, so we just multiply this by e to the x minus, now we need to take the derivative of our g function here. The derivative of e to the x is simply e to the x. Now we're going to multiply that by our f, so sine x. Okay, and all that is going to be over our denominator here, g squared, so e to the 2x. Alright, now just to clean this up a little bit, we can factor the e to the x out here and here. So this is going to give us e to the x cosine x minus sine x all over e to the 2x. Now this e to the x is going to cancel out with one of these e to the x's in the denominator. So you're going to be us with cosine x minus sine x all over e to the x. So that pretty much sums up the quotient rule, and you can tune in for our next video on how to take derivatives using the chain rule.